What's up everybody, my name is Spot the Dalmatian, and today I'm going to do a video about Walton Files episode 5, Faces of Grief. This video came out today. At some of us it came out like at 10 p.m. For me it came out at 4 a.m. literally, so it was a bit hard to stay up, but I managed. I watched it twice, and it's also gonna be full of some spoilers, so if you haven't watched it, go watch it first and then come back to the video. Faces of Grief episode 5 of the Walton Files is about Rosemary Walton, the wife of Jack Walton and the mother of 3 kids, Sophie, Ed, and Molly. As we know, in earlier episodes we seen how Molly and Ed died, and we didn't know much about Rose yet. So in this episode, basically we find out how Rose reacted to the death of her 2 kids and the disappearance of her husband. I really like how they showed that Rosemary did stop motion in a way to grieve, and in the stop motion she portrayed herself as the sheep, and she also portrayed her kids as little sheeps, and Felix, whose fault was the death of the kids, was portrayed as the big bad wolf. In the video it was very obvious that Ed and Molly were Rose's favorite kids, because in the video she said he killed the one thing that meant the world to the sheep, which meant that she really loved her younger kids, even though she also had Sophie. But this is where a bit of a favorism is seen. As Rose starts to slowly lose her mind, we find out that Sophie started to be scared of her own mother, telling her father that Rose is always in the art room and that she doesn't want to be left alone again with her mother for the next day, and she feels like her mother isn't herself anymore. After a while into the video, we get something like a flashback where we're shown that the policeman is telling Rose and Jack Waterman what they think that happened to the kids after the car crash. They tell the parents that both Ed and Molly has ran into the forest and has drowned into the river because given the circumstances they couldn't have survived. Now this is a part I didn't understand, why Jack didn't want to press charges against Felix after what he has done to his kids. I truly didn't get it. How couldn't he punish a man after what he has done? But I feel like maybe it was tied to the business, Bond's Burgers. Maybe that's why he didn't press any charges. I know there's a lot more between this and what I'm gonna speak about next, but I'm gonna go back to that later. Knowing that Jack Waterman was a little bit of a crazy guy himself, when he entered the 2 children's room and when he said good morning Ed and Molly, I felt like he somehow already knew that they might be in the little bunny called Rocket, but maybe I'm wrong here. I generally don't know. After that, he goes into his oldest daughter's rooms and gives her her plushie before saying goodbye to Sophie. He said it in a way as if he knew what was about to come, what was his coming fate. He then goes to Rose, tells her that he has to go take care of some business, promising her that he will come back at 7 p.m. while she looked at him like she was scared she's gonna lose him too. Because of how scared Sophie was losing her husband, she stayed the whole night at the door waiting for her husband to come back, which he never did. And of course, then came the phone call, which was from Jack, who was crying because he knew he broke the promise to his wife. while he was telling her that everything is going to be okay, that she will be fine, and that she should move on. After this happened, things truly started to went down the hill. I genuinely started feeling bad for Sophie because she had to witness all of this, losing her little sister, little brother, losing her father, and now she had to deal with her mom, who was slowly, not so slowly, going crazy and losing her mind day by day, minute by minute. Now, I don't know if I am thinking right or maybe I'm just a little bit lost, but at the shot where we get to see Rose in front of the piano, she has what it seems like cuts on her face and her nose, and after some minutes we get to see some of her paintings. As I said, I'm not sure if I'm right, but in my opinion the cuts are there because in a lot of her paintings there's blood and red, and I feel like she used her own to paint the paintings, but don't listen to me, it's just one of my theories. At the shorter cut where we get to see the hall of the house, we can see that it's full of missing poster after missing poster of Jack Walton, and this truly shows that Rose wasn't strong enough for this, and grief has started to fully take over her. It's really sad to see Rose blame herself for all of this, the death of her kids, the disappearance of her husband, when it clearly wasn't her fault. It was just that she wasn't strong enough for this, and she couldn't accept the fact that all of them were just gone. She wasn't built for this. Another sad part is that Rose does not accept any help. Like her sister tried to help her, a coworker from Bonn tried to help her, even the police tried to help her, but she just didn't want to accept it and was basically drowning herself in grief, literally. After the cutscene with the coworker and everything, we get another cutscene where she goes behind the stage and walks up to the animatronic called Bon the Hare, which was designed by her, and she starts dancing with it. This is the first time that in the episode we actually can see Rose Walton at peace. After that, she has a dream about her husband, meeting him, and she runs after him. But Jack told her that she just has to hold on a little longer. It sounded like he already knew Rose's fate and has already planned it forward for her. Then we see a part we find out how Sophie has been coping in her own way with all of this situation. But this didn't make Rose happy, so they got into a fight, and then Rose ran off out of the house into the forest. She ran to the river where she was told that her two kids drowned, and this is the part where I meant that she drowned herself in grief, literally, because she started drowning herself in that same river. Now, this is a part that made me cry is when she's in the afterlife as a sheep. She meets her two kids, Ed and Molly, and she kept apologizing to them because she kept blaming herself. Ed told her that this is not her fault, she's a good mother, and that she isn't supposed to be there and that she deserves a good life. After being told by her own dead kids that it's not her fault, she still proceeds to blame herself for what have happened in the past few months. After that, while she's in the police station, the lights go out and she sees her husband's soul that not long after proceeds to lead the grieving wife all the way to Bonsberger while disguising himself as a hare. As she proceeds to go more and more deeper into Bond's burgers, she sees the two dead workers' souls. They look like as if they were trying to warn her about her upcoming fate, or either they tried to hurt her to get revenge on what Bond or Jack has done to the two of them. Then, out of the nowhere, the curtains from the stage open wide, and Bond appears with the little bunny named Rocket in his hands. Now, this part made me laugh at night when I saw it because of the voice. The voice of Bond was very like shaky, lots of voice cracks, and it literally just sounded like a talking fart to me. Maybe I was too tired at that time, and maybe that's why it made me laugh, but it's genuinely funny. She goes after Bond. We get to see them having a little chit chat. He tells her about how the two kids, so Ed's and Molly's, is inside the bunny toy named Rocket. Then they start laughing like crazily together, and from laughing, Rose goes to crying, breaking down in her husband's arms. Now, this is the little part that I wanted to go back to into like the time or something, I don't know. And as you can see, it's not much of a detail, but this part, this hug is the same as the hug which happened when they were outside of Bond Burgers smoking. Now, this is another interesting part because I have never thought that I would see someone take their own wife's life away in the most gentle and both brutal way possible. For me, this part seemed like he didn't hurt her but also hurt her. I generally don't know how to explain this. In the afterlife, we get to see Rosemary appearing as a sheep angel before her soul officially wakes up and shaw her new body, in which she is now permanently stuck. As the end reaches, we get to see Jack, or should I call him Bond, trying to comfort the now stuck in the shop Rosemary, telling her that she's loved, she's happy, and I guess I could call this an almost family reunion. I genuinely don't know. In my opinion, Rosie's, oh my god. In my opinion, Rose's death was one of the most brutal deaths in the series. She died in the inside, then died like actually she didn't die because her soul didn't pass on. Basically, she has suffered the most in the series, not just losing her husband, she also lost her two kids, and then she has suffered herself again and again and again on continuous suffering, and this has just weighted her heart down fully. Well, this was my opinion about Walton Files episode 5. I also like kinda put the story together, like shortened it down for y'all, I feel like. And anyways, this is how the drawing came out. As you can see, I draw the new cookie in Cookie Run Kingdom. Nether Queen cookie. I really like how this drawing came out. I'm also planning to do some Walton Files drawings, maybe some projects out of carton or maybe another mask. I already have a pumpkin rabbit mask. I don't know if I should remake it. Maybe the ears. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed the video. Please do tell me if y'all want to see me make some Walton Files art. I will try my best. And anyways, have a great day. Goodbye.